Next on the agenda is Leadville Lake County Fire Department short and long-term goals and objectives, led by Dan Daly, Fire Chief. Morning, Dan.
Morning, everybody. Hopefully it's been enjoyable thus far. I don't know if I've had enough coffee, but here we go.
Welcome.
Thank you. I do have more slides that we can dive into if we have enough time, just for more additional information, but if we decide not to, then we can, you'll probably see that. Do you plan on attending the meeting tomorrow evening with City Council? It's a joint budget work session. It's tomorrow at 1800, but I believe I'm last on the agenda. So it won't be until later.
Yes, I'll be there.
TBD for me.
So, and I have meetings set up with both of you, so I can go over stuff that you can't make also.
Okay.
So I think a lot of these, I spoke a little bit in our last discussion, kind of with the IGA, and that is we want to be able to add either a tactical tender or a Type 3 to the fleet. Currently, right now, a Type 3 engine went from 380,000 to 589,000. It's a significant increase. Everything, all fire equipment, all fire apparatus are having those significant increases over the years, which is very unfortunate. We're trying to fight at the IAWF at the congressional level to try to reduce some of those costs. How we want to go about doing this is we have one more payment of the current Type 3 engine of 72,000 that we're paying out of the fire fund. And what we want to do is we want to put $100,000 down out of the fire fund and then continue on those payments moving forward out of there. But that depends on whether we can go on wildland. And we have been successful on doing those deployments. So we're hopeful about being able to pay for that piece of equipment.
Hey, tactical tender Type 3, is this like basically the biggest machine you guys have? Like
the tactical tender is this one right here.
Oh,
that's the tactical.
It's like
so it's like the water truck.
That's correct. Yeah.
That's $580,000.
That one's not the Type 3. So the Type 3 is if you were to take the one that we ride around in the most.
Yeah.
That's the Type 1.
Okay.
And I'll give you a whole list. It shows you everything to include the picture that goes along with it.
Okay.
You just basically shrink that one down and make it a 4-wheel drive. That's a Type 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a wildland urban interface vehicle.
Okay.
So, and we like to be able to replace engine 603, which is a Type 6, and it is a 1996, and we'd like to be able to make that our utility vehicle. So get another wildland rig, kind of get rid of the pickup type, more capabilities out of the Type 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sorry, would you be selling some then? Or no? No, we're just adding. Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
Replacing kind of, we would make 603 non-firefighting piece of equipment. But our utility currently is a 1978, which I love. I love that truck. It's got like 7,000 miles. It's an old,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Oldie but goodie.
Oldie but goodie. And then replacement of Command 3, we went to the enterprise replacement plan, just like how the county's on. The city went to it this last year. And our last command vehicle is that 2016 Ford Explorer. Retention salary adjustments, we've talked about that. I understand that it's leveling out, and we have been able to get, I think, salaries up to a very comparable place, and we've been able to retain. So I'm very pleased about that. It makes our investment a whole lot better and go a lot further. So we're not continuing to pay for that investment over and over and over again.
Turnover's costly.
Yes, very much so. We're currently doing our standard operating procedures through Lexical. We have only section 10 left on the policy side, and then we're going to do all of our procedures. those just need to be updated. We wanna do a solar grant, we've been also talking with C4 about doing, solar down at Station 2. Those utility costs are killing us. It's an all-electric station. I tried to go, have my opinion about that, during the build out of that, but, I was trumped on that, so, but that's okay. I understand the environmental aspect of it and, but I also had my concerns and this was the concern.
Let's
That
get
we
your
have
solar panels.
utility, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a plan to try to fix that. We're right now currently overall, utilities, both stations, roughly about $45,000 to $50,000 a year. So you can see how those are pretty significant.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to reduce those. So that's, and we've been talking to everybody, so, and if you know an outlet for solar, please, direct them my way. Cause I'd love to be able to work with them. Building non-climate controlled storage at Station 2. This is, 2 containers sitting next to each other. We already bought the roof line that goes with that, through the donation funds for all of the community members. And that was roughly about $17,000. I'm working with Michael to be able to carve out the southwest corner of the station where 1 container is already. And this will be for non-climate controlled assets during the winter and during the summer, whenever we need to store some. So we already have everything for that. We just need the groundwork to be done and build that out. Hire an additional engineer for Station 2. This will be the final one that we discussed, to have the 3 additional engineers to be able to have greater response capabilities at Station 2, and also that personnel, hiring these additional personnel has given us way greater flexibility to be able to deploy and also to have split pieces of equipment respond on those major calls. So long term, I want to create a program for mitigation. We are not a mitigation team, we're a response team. But we want to dabble into it a lot more than what we currently are. We've been working with Home State Trout Club, we've been working with the other entities to be able to get some mitigation work done here in Lake County, and also burning piles that we've never done before. Yeah.
How's that going?
We're getting ready to start that process to burn the rest of the piles this year.
Awesome.
Yeah, it'll be good.
CMC is gonna light up.
Yep, they are.
Oh my
They
lord.
really are.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can we do it on solstice?
No.
I think that'd be so powerful. Yeah, just think about it, Dan. Just plant seeds.
I'll bring that to both.
Thank you.
So, and that will take some seed money to be able to build that team for seasonal wildland firefighters. And the wildland program itself has to grow into more of a contract overall, where these people deploy single resource. They deploy single resource out on wildland deployment, and then when they're here in district or neighboring counties, then they can do these types of mitigation efforts here in Lake County attached to Harwick or conservation or
Coast Walk.
Colorado, yeah, and be able to actually go out in the field and do some stuff. And a lot of these are the mitigation. It really is a goal to be able to start becoming more of a fire-wise community, and we have made some great progress from years past. I'm really pleased to see that. Mitigation will always be here, and as much as we can possibly do is what we'll do, and I'm pleased with the results so far.
Dan, you say by 2028, do you mean you've budgeted to start funding that, to start building that program now? Or are you saying by 2028 you're going to start trying to fund that?
I would like to start funding it in 2028, and how we go about doing that, we could be creative. If we have fire funds, we could maybe utilize that a little bit. But the seed money to get the program up and running, but also, number 3, hire a sworn wildland fire specialist. So we can have future attention to this program, and also that person would run the wildland program, which will expand that wildland program and be able to have this under that program with that person running it. We really truly need that in Leadville County. There's no connection with us and like County Forest Health Council, other than me or
going to
Chief
meetings.
McCann go to meetings
Yeah.
and like some we're dabbling, right? We're dabbling, we're helping out, burning the piles and stuff like that, but we really need more attention
Okay,
to it. Colorado River has a really good program that
Are
I'd
you-
like to be able to model.
are you gonna build this into the strategic plan?
Yes.
So we can actually see like, okay, what is this gonna cost? So we can see like what kind of funding avenues will actually sustain it.
Yeah.
Because it seems like a big program, necessary, valuable, important. And I think we'll have to be creative about like, how do we actually get sustainable funding towards growing in that way?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and I really hope that as it builds out and we have these people that go out single resource, eventually it may become self-sustainable, because from every fire that they go on, those personnel that go on, we get 10% of the overall cost of that fire, of what we go out. And we could probably set that aside as a coffer to be able to either pay for it entirely or supplement it significantly.
But isn't that that money is currently supplementing the fire department already?
Correct. This would be in addition to,
Okay,
yeah, because currently right now, what we use for capital asset replacement, like the revenue that we're bringing in, that's based on the SURF agreement payment for the piece of equipment specifically.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
and this person, it would just be no equipment, it
just
just
a
go
person,
out.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
cool,
Yeah, Chaffey County had this program running for a while when there was a fire department BV, and we looked into it when they were doing it, we just didn't have the capacity to do it.
but do you know why they're not doing it anymore?
The town, Chaffey County Fire absorbed Buena Vista Fire,
Oh, okay,
and then it just kind of went away.
oh. Okay, interesting,
Yeah, very much so. I was surprised about that.
yeah,
So of course, work with Upper Arkansas, Colorado State Forest Service for mitigation efforts. We want to have a chipping program greater than just having RWIC do it for community members and Colorado State Forest Service. We want to be really involved in that more so. And we want to build a host tower at Station 2 some here. And that's for a lot of different reasons. We're putting a tower up at the cache, as you all know. That's been a nightmare, but it's almost coming online. From that tower to the one that we can build down there, they would ping off of one another, and also having that 40 feet in the air, we have greater capabilities in the southern Leadville County. And that's originally why we were putting a tower on Station 2. We could use it for high angle rescue as well. We could be using it for drying hoses, like the interior.
That's why it's called a host
ladders.
tower.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, and I was like, why is that?
Yeah, sounds like it's just a comms tower, but no, okay, multifunctional.
And also in the plan originally, we were gonna put Verizon antennas and service on it, and then we were gonna get some kind of royalties of, I think it was like $3,200 a month or something like that.
Man,
Yeah.
And that's not gonna happen anymore?
No, well, the tower got taken out of the,
The plan?
overall plan.
No, I'm just
Just
saying,
the budget.
if we do that, is that still on the table?
Oh, I don't know right now, but I'll most definitely look into it.
Great.
And see if that offer still stands.
Yeah, great,
Yeah, absolutely.
maybe even helping make the tower exist.
Good.
Fewer royalties you know, if they could put more money up front, that would be great. Cause that is definitely our problem, is finding the capital, you know,
Yes.
is finding the money to invest to begin with.
And you know, the tower in the original plan, because as you all know, Station 2 was kind of a nightmare too. It was like $75,000 to build the tower in the original, and then by time, it was like almost $200,000
Yeah.
to just build the tower.
Yeah.
So, yes, we're gonna have, we need to be able to come
So yeah, maybe Verizon would be down to.
Maybe. And then, we wanna build out a climate controlled building out at HTC. This is to store all the apparatus that needs to be climate controlled, but also just to be able to expand that program. How much time do we have?
You're good.
Good.
Okay.
Almost 20 minutes.
So accomplishments, we did an intergovernmental agreement, we updated it with the college, and we also went into a land lease agreement with them. So now we're in a 10-year land lease agreement with the college. I think it's 10, might be 5. Actually, I think it's 5 actually. And this was to open up greater funding for HTC, because now with that partnership, they'll be able to utilize some of their capital assets to be able to build like that climate controlled facility that I was talking about. We can use grants through the college, et cetera, to be able to expand that. We did the waiver for Headwaters Training Center this year. We housed some sheriff's deputies, conservation crews, and fire personnel from large scale incidents down to Station 2 in the housing component. We built out the UTV and the trailer. That was provided to us by donations from community members. Graduated 15 cadets out of the academy. We hired 4 resident firefighters. We're getting ready to hire 2 of those and then bring on 2 more. We promoted 1 firefighter to an engineer's position, and then we'll fill that slot. And then we're losing Justin Jacoby as well, who's going into the military.
No.
It's a huge loss.
I'm sorry.
But that's the second one that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Who will hire. Upgraded and obtained more wildland fire equipment. We purchased equipment for truck 1 and engine 1. Out of the fire fund, we burned mitigation piles, but we will burn them. So this is
Thank you.
anticipation of.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Worked with the subdivision on mitigation efforts, deployed on 5 wildland fires around the nation. We were actually on dual deployments at the same time. That doesn't happen very often. And that's because we're doing good work on being able to, upgrade that staffing, but also our equipment. We were on the La Plata and out on the western slope. We went under contract with a peer support clinician. Becca, she's been great to us. Peer support, you know what peer support is? It's where we get, established greater response capabilities with our part-time captain. That's Captain Drury, who runs the fire science program. And you'll see later on in the presentation where he's been able to acquire about $250,000 worth of equipment through CMC to utilize for training, but also put it in one of our old command vehicles that we gave him for greater response capabilities. We purchased a dump trailer, utilizing our partnership with CMC. We purchased a hazmat trailer also, and it's being built out currently for hazmat response. We had what's called a hammer. It was the South Central regions, and we relinquished it back to them. We received some hazmat equipment back in 2005. It's a decon, a trailer, and a hammer, and they're like, and we didn't utilize the hammer as much as we thought we were going to. So after 20 years of being able to utilize that thing, it was only like 4 or 5 times. And I was like, you know what? It's probably better suited in larger jurisdictions for them to be able to use it. And theirs were about end of life anyways, because they used those for so much, and ours was a typical mountain town
Usage.
Yeah.
What is a hammer?
It is. It had a command vehicle. It had a command post within the rig itself, And then it had a bunch of hazmat equipment up to technician level.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it was a good piece of equipment, but we never get messed up. We were
And
paying
could
for
you just-
maintenance and storage and all that.
Could you just ask to borrow somebody else's if you needed it?
Well, that's what the hazmat truck. Oh, yes, to answer your question, that we're part of the South Central region, so
Right.
the reason why I think we were awarded that is because we're the northern portion of that, the region itself.
So it could be available for the region with
Going
us.
south, and then we could all meet up.
Got it, okay.
Yeah, but it's better suited down there, and we will have, a good amount of equipment on our hazmat trailer for not only local response, but also for the South Central.
Okay.
We recertified on multiple state certifications and also new ones. And all 26 programs within the agencies have increased in efficiency and effectiveness, mission ready status, and we've had some real high acuity calls this year. And we put some life safety efforts in those with very great positive outcomes, so.
What does high acuity mean?
Very extensive and very
Like direct service provided, life and death?
yes, more so than outside of our routine,
Okay,
higher level where
got it.
the experience that we have as a professional organization, where we've had to make some really good decisions out there for our safety
Awesome.
at very high level.
Yeah. Got it.
And for example, the call 91 is one of those examples. Well, I don't wanna go too far, this is the budget, those are the assets that I talked about that we purchased, this is the hazmat. Obviously the ATV, the trailer, this is the dump trailer that we purchased with CMC and Fire Fund, and we just paid this off in, it was 7 years, we paid that off in $500, this was the payment. And then, we wanna do, the type 3, this will be the last payment for the type 3. Next year. And then this is everything that, with the college, training and readiness, strategic equipment partnership, that's the $250,000 I was talking about. CMC is also contributing about $30,000 in materials, and this year they paid for 4 firefighters to go down to the Mile High Conference. So not only are they investing in HTC, which helps out with our training here locally, but also we train up those people who don't have any experience, which is good for our program. But they're also investing in our firefighters to send them to train.
That's great.
Yeah, it really is. It's a great partnership. And then that's the Safer grant. This was coming into 2025, and that was roughly the amount that I cut. We were able to try to do that this year. These are the grants that have been managed and are buttoning up. I just finished off this one right here with the Safer. That was to pay for salaries and benefits for 3 years, staffing adequate fire and emergency response. That was, and then moving into 25 is when we started paying for that. AFG, I just closed this one out also. This was the 10 sets of bunker gear, and then these have their crew set. So I just wanted to make sure that I put that in here because it was the last year. And then now it's time to go back to the writing. I need to at least go for an AFG. I'll look into Safer to see how it works for our current residents, if we can find any funding for that. DFA, depending on DFPC and these house bills, it depends on state funding. So we'll see how. So this was the long range plan. This might look familiar to you. It's the county form. And this was for 2026, and so we'll write about that same range for long range planning on what is anticipated. This is personnel. We have 27 personnel if we have these 2 reserve firefighters and these full 6 residents. We only take on 6 residents, 2 per each shift. So we have 3 shifts, 2, 4, 6. So it's about the capacity that we have to bring on people with the housing and the funding that we fund. And then this is where I added the 2027. I've got that wildland specialist. So 2028, we get on moving forward with that whole process that I was talking about. And this is our current apparatus list. This is Command 3. This is the one I was talking about. It needs to be replaced. This is that Dodge Utility. I really love that thing. So you can see that a Type 1 engine is 1.2 million. I do have a strategy to try not to pay that. What I'd like to be able to do is probably look out. It doesn't make sense for us to buy used and then try to use used for our primary engine. It just gets beat up. It gets used all the time, it loads it off. What I'd like to be able to do though is I'd like to be able to buy used and then refurb. So I'm going to look into it at the end of the year to see what that cost is versus a new cost. And I think a lot of fire departments are going to start going this way if they can't get this apparatus cost under control. Because I just looked 2 days ago on the used market. You can probably get something for $350, $400, and then put 2, 3 into it and have a pretty good rate. I don't know like the longevity of that, or whether they last. They say these types of apparatus last about 10 years. So you can see that's ridiculous to me. I'm saying that as the fire chief. $1.2 million for 10 years.
It's insane.
No, it's insane. It really is. And I'm not the only one who feels that way.
Wait, Dan, pause here for a second.
Yeah.
Do you have this, like planned out where if you say those trucks have to be replaced every 10 years, just assume that, and how many of those trucks you have and when they have to be replaced, do you have the cost that should be put aside for these apparatus?
I do. I have a capital replacement plan.
Okay, great.
The county also hired Brian Brown to do a study last year.
Okay,
And I'll get that done.
that'd be great.
If you haven't seen it.
I haven't, thank you so much.
Yeah, we invested in somebody also to come up with that plan.
Uh-huh.
I had it prior to from 2012 up until last year.
Uh-huh.
That capital replacement. That's how we've been. We haven't been setting much aside. We did for 2 years. We sent 100,000 aside and then 200,000 aside,
Yeah.
and then we decided not to.
Yeah. No, I remember that. I just feel like it should be, and I know that the fire department is better at that than like road and bridge, or whatever, streets department, but it would be great to actually see it, the whole thing panned out, right, for the next 100 years with your appreciation, etc.
Yes,
Thank you.
I do have that.
Thank you. Love it.
Could you talk real quick about the E2 Pierce? Looks like
Yeah.
that's, we're knocking on the door of that one, down at the bottom, third up.
Yeah, that's there. So that one we purchased obviously in 2016. That would be because of this one, the Sutphen. The Sutphen is a 2002, and that's our third D right now. The Spartan we received on a heck of a deal of like $450,000 DOA's broken it out. It was on their floor, and when I went to go do the pre-construction for the Type 3 that we were purchasing, and I said, what are you doing with that? I'm like, well, I'm just probably gonna sell it. And I was like, let me see the specs. So we ended up purchasing this because it was a heck of a deal. This one is kind of a, I would say a Frankenstein, if you will. BME they were trying to do customs. They were trying to get into the market, and then COVID hit, and then it sat there, and that's why they were selling it. And then they went into, and then Purist went into partnership with them, and they're like, no, we can't do Type 1 engines. We don't want you to do that per the deal, because that's what they do. So with these two not being all that great, this one is a kind of a newer engine. We got to figure out what the problems are with that, and it's going back down to the shop.
What,
This was
with it running or just the
so
problem? I know there's such complex machines when you say you gotta figure out the problem, what?
right now with that one, you know, the whole back toolbox area,
Yeah,
the welds broke, and it sunk in the rear and twisted and popped up. So it's sitting, the whole box on it is broken.
leaked,
Oh my god.
okay,
Yeah, and there's warranty, thank God for that, you
Yeah.
know, for 10 years.
okay.
So, so that one, so this one here, like our first two is probably the most important piece of equipment that we have on here for, you know, the all hazard response. And then we have specifics like a truck or hazmat or a WOW. Our Type 1s are the ones that take care of all hazards. It's our big toolbox. This one won't last very long. We literally on this stuff have gone through the floorboards of it, but
Jesus.
we're still using it. This is the one would like to see about refurbing. Is this stuff? What a great piece of equipment. I operated that when I first got here. I enjoyed that one. And it's been a good rig to us, but it's old. So we need to at least have 3 Type 1 engines in service.
Okay.
If 2 go into the shop, we need to be on 1. Like currently right now, both of the Purist and the Spartan are in the shop. The Purist needed a gearbox or steering boxes put in it, and then the Spartan's out. So we're currently on the old stuff right now, which has huge electrical issues.
Oh man, that gives me anxiety.
Yeah,
Electrical
big time.
gremlins are not, they're like the worst.
There's been times, and we've done a great job. We have done a great job of replacing the equipment. Like this is way better. I mean, I was talking about the dual room just now, but we are in a way better position than what we used to be. There was times where we were literally running on the old truck, 1989 ladder truck, because it was the only piece of equipment in district that we had.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, it was tight.
Yeah.
And I put everybody on alert, all for mutual aid. Yeah. And so we're doing pretty good. If we can just stop having issues right now. For some reason, they all came all at once. You know? And then this is everything that has been decommissioned. This is what we have replaced.
So it's all been sold?
Yeah, this has all been sold or returned. So we sold this Volvo auto car that was 10-to-1, we sold it for $35,000, and we put that as a down payment to that tactical tender. This F-150 we sold for $48,000, we put that towards engine 602. And then this is the hammer that I was telling you about, and then the compressor, tractor.
Well, that Ford still got 48K, even though it was an 04, that probably had seen some good usage, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool that they still, it's not like a disposition of just pennies on the dollar, you're actually still getting some decent numbers on this.
The only ones that don't have a really good resale value is if it's over, you know, like I was saying, 10 years old or 15 years old, are the Type 1s, which is a
Okay.
and a truck.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause like the wildland stuff, there's probably people looking to build those into overlanding rigs and whatever, you know, like,
And contract companies like, pick those up
okay.
sometimes too.
Well, there's like privately run firefighting outfits that's interesting.
Very.
So did Summit County purchase the E1?
No, so,
What's that
the
mean?
E1, when we were having issues with, before we received the Purus in 2016, we had the Suffolk, and that was it. We didn't have the Spartan yet. So we needed to purchase a Type 1, because the Suffolk would go out, and we didn't have anything for structural response. So I talked to Summit County, and they sold us that E1 for $1.
Oh, they sold it to us for $1.
Yeah, they sold it to us for $1.
That's
They
nice.
were getting rid of it out of their fleet, and we
Yeah.
figured it was a good Band-Aid for us to be able to have at least an operational response. So I went over to the chief and I gave him a $2 bill.
Yes. Good tip,
Yeah.
100% tip.
And now it's being utilized as a training center.
Cool.
It's past its life. We're able to use it. Do you have any questions about anything?
No, it was very thorough, I appreciate that.
Glad to do it. And tomorrow night will be the budget portion of it.
Mm-hmm.